Democracy 2012 now, and we're still keeping an eye on two congressional races here in Arizona that are still too close to call. Down in southeastern Arizona, Republican Martha McSally holds a slim 400-vote lead over Ron Barber in District 2. And in District 9, Democrat Kirsten Sinema leading Vernon Parker by 2,700 votes, with hundreds of thousands of votes still to be counted in Maricopa County. So these numbers could change. But should we have hundreds of thousands of votes uncounted 2 days after an election? Many of you wondering that today. Is there a better way? Angie Holdsworth now spent the day trying to figure out if any other options are on the table. And Angie, what'd you find out?
Well, not really at this point, because the big concern here is that we don't know what went wrong or if anything went wrong. Now, according to the protesters, of course, they're very concerned that their vote was suppressed, and they'll be out here protesting, they say, until every vote is counted. Now, let me show you some video. As these votes are being counted, there's over 500,000 votes statewide that still need to be counted. And I spoke with election officials and the Arizona Secretary of State, who acknowledges that's a large number, but they also say that there's a large number of provisional ballots this time, and there also was a large number of early votes that came in that they believe came in very late and all at once, and there really wasn't much of an opportunity to count them. However, I did speak with Arizona Secretary of State Ken Bennett and asked him directly, what's the problem here?
I bet there's dozens of states that are in the same position. It's probably being reported in those states that they're counting, a few 100,000 ballots during the few days after the election. And this is something that happens in every major presidential election. We're always looking for ways to improve the process, and we're going to sit down, as we normally do after every election, and look at how things went and see if there's a way to improve that process.
And keep in mind, the county election recorder's office does have 10 days after the election to count these ballots, so we really are not on the outside of anything legal here at this point. Now, looking at all this, I did talk to two separate political analysts about that. And coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to hear why they are not so concerned about this large number of votes, but we'll tell you what they are concerned about and what the types of votes that are being counted may tell us about any delays or any concerns that we should have about our process. Steve?
Yeah, you got to wonder, so many votes cast on election day, they're able to count those, but the early ballots are still sitting out there in many cases. So a lot of questions still. Thank you, Angie. The ASU